Hello everybody, welcome to Joe Does All the CSS Battles. This is from 2023, August 27th, which is this, I can't help but thinking it's some sort of a plunger from inside of a toilet, or a float, something like that. Dice, pair of dice, and then something from a reel-to-reel tape or from inside a cassette tape. Let's do it. What does this look like? I'm going to do my blank template, and I feel compelled to do this using two elements. So let's see what that looks like. Let's do two elements. Yeah, and then we'll set some margins. Actually, can we set those margins here? If we move in, can we get in more? 110. So what I would like to do is constrain this to be very precisely the size and then 10, 14. All right, so that's not perfect symmetry, right? So what I was kind of hoping for was that there would be an evenness about the gap between them, but I think that that's not reasonable. So, and then this is what, 15 tall. So that the margin of the second one is going to be just a little different. And I know that I have changes that I need to make to the second one anyway. So let's do it as a transform. I know we need to scale. We need to turn it upside down. And to do that, we're going to do scale y -1, and then let's do a translate. Translate y of 1 pixel, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the start of it. Okay, so let's do a radial gradient. This is what I think. This might be a goofy way to do this. That's okay. I don't mind. Okay, circle at 50%, 100%, so that's at the bottom. Color, let's say 20%, and then transparent. And that gets you that first shape. 40%, 50%, 55%, 56, 57. Cool. Seems to be a match. And then I need to get the rest of that in. How about a linear gradient at 90 degrees? Linear gradient, and that starts at transparent, goes to dark, starts at 0, 0, and is like 100 pixels wide. And I guess I need a comma there. Yeah. Oh, and he needs to be coming in from 90 degrees. That's interesting. Is that 101? So I just want that hard edge to be correct. That's the first thing that we can get this correct. And then let's say that has a hard edge. But to note that, I do a 0 there. And then I'm going to do a percent. 50%. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 59, 60, 61, 62. How about pixels instead? 50, 60, 61 pixels. Is that it? Let's submit and see if that's 100%. And if it is, then we're done. That is 100%. Unit replace and minify and nip and tuck. I don't think we need 2 parts of background position, so we can remove that as well and submit, and that's it. Not too bad. Kind of fun. Kind of interesting. And that's a new high score. I'll take it. All right, next. Dice, huh? Okay. Feels pretty clear that this has to be an element, and I definitely feel like a box shadow is correct. So let's do background of that, and then a border. Boy, I hope that's going to work. Border of like 5 pixels, solid purple. Maybe it's 10 pixels. And then let's set some margins. Margin 50, and then 0, 0, and then 100. Okay, so that's our start. I'm just gonna unmuddy the waters by, so let's 6, 7, 8, 90, and then that's maybe 50, 40, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And let's do margins to constrain the other side too. 30, 40, 50, 40. And then the height needs to be taller, 2, 3. And then a border radius. That's too much, isn't it? So let's say 10, 20, 30, 30. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, a little less tall, a little more tall. Oh, so 90 margin, 40 margin, 0 margin, 80 margin. So that height, something about that height is being constrained, isn't it? Oh, so I didn't take these margins off, and that's a problem, because now I got to revisit those numbers. Okay, so 2, 3, okay. So the height I just changed, and then this the second number needs to let's do this part first. 9, 2, 3, 1, 2, 132. Weird number. Okay, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 92. And then that height is still wrong. How about 140? I think that's correct. And then can I do a box shadow? Oh, is my box shadow now going to be ruined? So I thought. Minus 20 pixels. I need a semicolon there. Minus 20, minus 20, minus 30, minus 30. Yeah, it's just a slightly different curve, isn't it? So, that's less fun. So the shadow is to the internal thing. That means also that I can't use the box shadow, I don't think, to do this border. And that's disappointing. However, if I do so now I got to rethink the whole thing. So now what I'd like to do is, because the second one will be on top of the first, so P plus P. Do I then need to because my heights and widths are dependent on those margins, and does that mean that I need to? So, okay. So let's do this. Margin will default. So I'm going to put this on the first. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that as is, and then I'm going to adjust these so that this is the shadow. And then I'm going to hide I'm not doing that yet. So I just need to move this guy into place, or I would like to move this guy into place vertically and horizontally. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then here 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 9. Okay, and then increase these numbers. 10, 2, 110, 20, 30. Okay, so that's the shadow. And we're going to say that margin is an M or that value. And so the second one will have a value. We'll start with zeros. And then I'm going to put the second one in place and see if I can move it around. Okay, so right now it's 0, so that's why you were seeing that. So now let's have it be a negative number to begin with. And let's see if we can get that into place. So using margins, we're going to torture this element into place. So that's 50, 132, 0, 92. This one is 50, maybe it's 92, 0, 132. Yes, it is. Cool. Wild. Super wild. Okay, so now we need to put those backgrounds. The little white, Oh, and I guess on the body we need a background. Background is the purple. Okay, now the dots. Now we could be cute and do the dots as fixed position elements, but we don't really want to do that. All right, so I could variabilize this later. Box. Let's actually just 5. So let's do a border radius. Border radius, which is a circle with the purple interior of some number. We'll say 20, 10%. And then transparent, and a semicolon, border radius circle. Interestingly, I can't see it. Why can't I see it? What have I got wrong? I've got something wrong, and I'm not sure what yet. Let's do a really basic value. There it is. Okay, so red works. Border radius. What am I saying? Radial gradient. Once you say it out loud, you can see the error. Circle, and that's got a hard edge. Oh, interesting. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. But this radial gradient is doing something surprising. Why? Oh, because I don't actually have if I do background color, no, that's not right. Background image. There it is. So now I'm inheriting that. I don't know if that's a win. So that's the issue, and we're gonna find out what the efficient way to do that is. So background image is that, and we got to change this from background image to image because it won't accept a differential. So let's do what, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Okay, so that's our var. So --g is that variable. And for first, we need to do these 5 times. Var --g. And it's still there. So we're going to do and then if I've got the center one, Can I get that out of it? Kind of. Not really, but kind of. Okay, we won't use percentages, but is that it? Okay, that's pretty efficient. Is that 100%? All right. And that is a better score than I've gotten in the past, so I'm pleased with that. Let's minify and unit replace, and then that's the last of our optimizations. Do I need 2 of these? Yeah, I do. I do need both positions. Submit, and we're done with that one. So that's August 28th, 2023. And once again, our plunger, our dice, and then our rolling cassette, which to me definitely feels like I mean, we're on a radial gradient roll, let's say, and if we put them at the let's have a percent width, so circle, purple, and then an off-white, not the precise right, white, right, white, right. Okay. Okay, that's 2 circles. Oh, and their centers are not. So their centers aren't precisely in the center. So that means I need to move things over a little bit. 10 pixels over, and then that width is going to be 40 or something. 40, 45, 40. So if they both have the same error, or yeah, so I think that might be it. Okay, so let's 20%, 30%, 26%, 27, 28, 29, 27, 28, 26. I don't like those numbers. 10. Let's try the Q unit. That'd be fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 53Q. I don't use the Q unit very often. I don't like it. I'm scared of it, but I'll try it. I'll try it on a lark. 40%. Okay, cool. So that's the first part of that. The Q unit I will not bother to try to explain. I don't think I can, so I won't. I don't need margins, and I believe I can do the rest of this with a linear. Well, yeah, let's do a conic gradient, which is an what is that, like 100 pixels over, maybe it's 120 pixels. Yeah, to put this, I put it at the center, and then like 20 pixels down, and then I do what do I do? 75. So this orange 75%, and then this off-white 0. Oh, and because this is solid, there we go. So now I move this over and move it down. Sure. $900, and then make it wider. 50. Oh, nope, wrong. That means I need to move the X 200. And is that it? Might be a little bit of a divot there. How about 210? Oh, how about 180 or 190? We might be a little off. How about 105 here then? That could be more right. So again, that's the shape. That's what that's creating. And we submit and see if we've got it. Curious to see if we've got it. That's 100% match, and yes, and that's a new high score, so I'm doing this more efficiently or with fewer code or whatever the right way to say that is, but it's pleasing to me. Fun, super fun. I like these shapes, I like doing CSS gradients, I like getting good scores, I like all those things. All right, thanks for watching, and take care of yourself out there. All right, bye-bye.